I am going to miss this place so much. Do we have to leave, Mom? Yes, sweetie, we do. Your dad clearly doesn't want us here. My parents have been married for 20 years, they were high school sweethearts. Now all of that is changing because Dad has another mistress along with Mom. I'm 15 and I have never left St. Lucia before and I'm really nervous. Where are we moving to again, Mom? I asked. We are moving to Boston. Mom said, but I don't want to leave, Mom. I said. We have had this conversation before, Casey. You're going. When you're 18 you can come back to live with Dad if you want, okay? Mom said okay. I said, now go finish packing because I got to pick up some paperwork at the office, and I'll call you in a little bit. Okay? My mom said, okay. I said. My mom left the house about 5 minutes later, so I went up to my room to finish packing, and I closed the door behind me. I don't even have that much to pack anyway. So I just laid down on my bed and started to daydream. That is when I heard something being thrown at my bedroom window. I got up to go see, prepared to unleash some anger, thinking that it was my dad, but it wasn't. I was Richard, my best since kindergarten. We tried going out when we were freshmen, but it didn't work out, so we decided we are better as friends, and right now he looks mad at me. When the heck were you going to tell me that you're leaving? Richard said. I'm sorry, I was going to tell you eventually, maybe after I left. I said, well, after you left. I'm your best friend and you were going to wait to tell me. Richard said, well, you mean the most important to me, so yes, obviously I'm going to save the best for last. I said, here, come on up and I'll let you have some of my cookies. I said, okay. Richard got into my room and gave me a very awkward hug. There now, are you less mad at me? I said. No. Richard said, why? I was going to tell you, I just never got the words out. I said, trust me, I don't want to go, I want to stay here and continue my life instead of having to start fresh. I said. So you want to stay here with your dad and his girlfriend? Richard said. No. I meant I want to stay here in St. Lucia. I said, and where exactly would you live? Richard said. I would ask you if I could live with you. I said. That made Richard blush. Sometimes I think he still has feelings for me, and sometimes I do too. You would stay with me? Richard said. If it was okay with Mom, of course. I said, you know it would be, my mom loves you. Richard said. I was laying my head on his lap, and our eyes met, and he smiled down at me. What? I said. Nothing, I'm really going to miss you. Richard said. I'm going to miss you too. I said. When I looked into those hazel eyes I saw my future with him, and I really wanted it. He leaned down so he could look into my eyes, and I could feel the heat coming off of him. My eyes fluttered shut, and the next thing I knew was he was kissing me. I knew I should have pushed him away, but I couldn't, it too incredibly good. This was the first that Richard and I have had in a while. I can't remember the last he kissed me like that. I finally pulled away with a smile on my face. I'm sorry I had to do that at least one more time. Richard said. It's okay, I enjoyed that kiss. I said. Hey, I have an idea. Richard said, what is it? I asked. What if I went with you to Boston? Richard said. I don't know about that. I said. I can spend the summer there with you, and then I come back here for school. Richard said. As much as I wanted to get up and dance and cheer that he would go with me, I just didn't know about it, but then I thought about it deeply that my head started hurting. Do you really think your mom would let you do that? I said. Of course. Richard said. Then we can come back here for college, because my mom said when I turn 18, can come back here and live with my dad if I wanted to. I said. Let's do it then. Richard said, and he picked me up and gave me a hug. The only reason he let me go was that my phone rang. It was my mom. Hi, Mom, what's up? I said. You sound happier than you were this morning, everything okay? She asked. Yeah, everything is great. I said. Did you finish packing, Casey? She asked. I'm almost done. I said. Mom, I have some really big news. I said, what is it, tell me? She asked. Me and Richard are back together. I said. How is that good news? We are leaving St. Lucia in 2 days. She said. It's good news because he is going to spend the summer with us in Boston, and come back to St. Lucia for school. I said. Oh honey, that is great. She said. I always knew you two would end up back together. She said. From the looks of it, Boston isn't going to be bad after all. Casey said. The future looks sweet for you, honey. Mom said. 2 days went by fast. My dad tried to convince me to stay, that I would love his new wife, but I've met her before and I didn't like her. The day finally arrived. It was hard to say goodbye to all of my friends and family, but I know I would see them again soon. We arrived in Boston 2 days later. It was rainy but I was okay with that because I finally got to meet my grandparents, and they were so sweet, and they met Richard, and they loved him. I was really sad to leave St. Lucia, but I think I'm really going to like Boston.